Bonafide Hustler, and yesterday I went to garage sales and this is what I found. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris the Bonafide Hustler coming to you live from the inside of my garage. Yes, we went to garage sales yesterday. No, I didn't film it and I feel bad about it, but that's all good. I still want to show you what I spent my money on. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Bonafide Hustler. Get this free money making guide. It's the first link down below. This will teach you 50 items that I commonly look for at garage sales and thrift stores that I resell for cash. All right, so let's take a look at some of the items that I bought yesterday. There were 4 neighborhood-wide garage sales that we went to, and this is the stuff that we bought, and I'll tell you the prices of what we paid, and the last item's pretty cool. And I will tell you the prices that I think the stuff will sell for. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, one of the items sold this morning already, so that was less than a day, flipped it. Actually, I'll start with that item right now. Paid $5 for this yesterday. This is a 0.15 Nitro T-Max. It's a radio-controlled car, actually a truck, and it's just it was just $5 at a garage sale. There was no remote, doesn't matter. There's a pretty big following for the Nitro motor RC cars or trucks. And that's because everything's gone electric, and so some people just love tinkering with that kind of stuff. You know, this was 10 years ago. I would have tinkered with it. I would have got it running, and I would have messed around with it, and then I would have resold it. But now I just don't care to invest that kind of time into these kind of things. So yeah, and I do have the controllers and all that kind of stuff to test that stuff out. I have fuel down there. I have everything to do that with, but there's just a lot of time involved with testing those things out. So yeah, this was a T-Max 0.15. Sold for $125 this morning on a porch pickup too. So I just left it outside my porch, went riding my mountain bike, came back, $125 under the mat. So that sold this morning, and I found that yesterday, like not even 24 hours ago. So that was pretty cool. Next find, my girlfriend found this right here. It's a mirror, pretty nice heavy mirror, and it's actually more like a vintage antique mirror. So pretty cool, thick wood looks like, or maybe a composite material, kind of beautiful. These things sell in my booth for $120 to about $150 on something about this size right here. She paid $10 from a garage sale for this yesterday. She also picked this up for $2. I think this is a pretty big home run. This will probably make its way to eBay. I'm gonna dress up the listing. I already shot the shots for her and everything. We're gonna highly keyword spam this listing and get this thing sold to the right kind of person that's gonna be someone that can really appreciate this. A pair of vintage roller skates, and these have Concord plates as well. They have Jetstream wheels, which are in very good condition. Probably something from the 80s or the 70s. Not something you see every day. Definitely more of a, you know, rare collector piece if you're into like roller skates. So I think this could conceivably sell between $200 and $300 on eBay. We paid $2 for this thing. Estimated shipping cost probably $15 anywhere in the country. But yeah, big turnaround on something like this. Very unsuspecting, and if you're not kind of with it, you've never flipped these things before, vintage roller skates are definitely one of those things you want to look out for, especially the ones with the metal plates, whether they be Chicago plates or in this case, this is a Concord plate. Yeah, not something you see every day. This is a size 10 men's as well, so it's going to be a very desired kind of like roller skate. When we throw it out there, like all those vintage derby kind of people are going to look at this and be like, all right, I think they're going to start either shooting us offers or someone's just going to buy it outright. So $200 to $300 is where I think this is going to shake out. Kind of something stupid, this $1 ship right here. In the booth, this would sell between $30 and $50. Don't ask me why. People like, you know, kind of cheap ships like this. It definitely looks like it could be a much better kind of condition. It definitely looks like, you know, more on the cheap side. Obviously the ones that are a little bit more scale and really well thought out and much heavier, this one's very light, would command more money, you know. But I've sold model ships in my booth before. A lot of times they're the smaller kind of speedboat looking ones that are all wood or something like that. But here we have just a, you know, nice sailboat, and yeah, probably going to sell between, I would think, $30 to $50 in the booth. We paid $1 for this yesterday. The first find of the morning actually was this neat ashtray for 75 cents. The sticker's still on there. There's nothing really super special about this. This is made by Maurice of California, and I think this would sell between, I don't know, the size of this thing and everything like that, probably closer to 50 bucks on eBay. So I'm gonna ask about 40 bucks in my booth for this right here. This was 75 cents yesterday. Tag it up, throw it in the booth. I think somebody that's big into chain smoking, because you gotta have a lot of friends right here to put your cigarettes down with. But anyway, so yeah, if you wanna smoke with your buddies, or if you just wanna like put your cigarette down here and then light the next one and kind of chew your day away, then here's the ashtray for you. No cracks, none of that kind of stuff. Pretty nice actually. So it's a leaf. And yeah, you know, something from Mother Nature, even though smoking is really bad for you. It has nothing to do with Mother Nature, but you know, someone will like this, I guess. And that's going in the booth. Another first find of the morning was $3 for these cowboy boots. And I think this is more like roper style. I forget what this type is with the smashed looking front, but this was $3. I don't even know the brand, doesn't matter, because they have like the neat kind of purpley, orangey top to them. So probably sell in my booth between 50 and 70 bucks. Not a bad pickup right here. Very nice. And they kind of have a very tall shaft as well. Most boot shafts like kind of end up right here. So a very tall shaft. I'm sure if you're a rattlesnake, you're not gonna like that, you know, if you wanna get a good bite in. You definitely don't like tall shafts, but it's all good. These are pretty nice. I don't even know the brand, but who cares? They're gonna sell in the booth, I already know it. Okay, so listen up real quick, because this is kind of like a pro hustling tip. One of the things that I do is if I go to a garage sale and I see a lot of something that's current day, sporting goods related, I tend to pick it up if it's cheap. So all these were 20 bucks yesterday. We have, looks like 5 bats sitting right here, right? 5 softball, baseball bats, whatever. They all range from Easton to, we have a Catalyst in Easton, we have a Fast Pitch Easton right here, a Louisville Quest, and then another Easton Ghost. So these bats right here are not cracked or anything like that. I'm gonna take them to Play It Again Sports, because this kind of stuff is stuff that they would like. I might clean them up a little bit, spend 5 minutes cleaning it up, take it to Play It Again Sports, and see what they're gonna pay me for it. I paid 20 bucks for all these bats right here. This could also be 5 different lacrosse, you know, sticks plus pads. It could be 5 different tennis rackets. It doesn't matter. I would have picked it up on the concept of what I'm about to tell you about. But yeah, you take this kind of stuff to Play It Again Sports, and they're going to give you 3 options: pay you out cash, or they can give you store credit. Maybe you see something in Play It Again that you want to buy. So let me give you an example of how this worked out for me last week. So a week ago, or 8 days ago, this is filmed on a Sunday, so 8 days ago I was at garage sales, and I picked up 6 rackets. I think they were Babolat and a couple Prince rackets for $5, right? I took that entire thing to Play It Again Sports, along with like a tennis bag that has been sitting around my house. They offered me $110 cash or $120 store credit, which I didn't find anything there that I wanted, or closer to about $160 in consignment, meaning I just leave it with them, and as the stuff sells, they kind of add it to my tab. That would have been $160. I picked the $110 cash offer because the $110 cash to me is worth more than $160, let's say, in 2 months, right? That just makes sense, because I can flip that money faster and better. So that's the same thing that's gonna go down right here. We have 5 bats. I'm gonna take this to Play It Again Sports. I estimate that they're probably gonna give me 100, if not more, for these. It used to be an experiment many years ago, but now it's kind of proven. If you have a Play It Again Sports or a place that kind of buys sporting goods stuff, and they do consignment and things like that, you might want to remember when you're at garage sales and you're up against things that are really dirt cheap but current day, and not super cheap stuff. These bats are not super cheap stuff. If you know anything about softball or baseball, you know, these are all pretty decent bats. They're obviously not top tier, and they're not very low tier. They're in the mid tier. So when people go to Play It Again Sports, they're going to be looking for stuff like this, and they get a lot of this stuff from people that turn it in, right? So think about that kind of stuff. We'll see where this thing ends up. Maybe I'll make a reel about it, but that's where this $20 bat haul is going to go. The last find from yesterday was a really cool find. It was $150, but I think it could sell between $400 and $450. And that is this Trek Marlin small mountain bike with current day geometry, 27.5 wheels, in great condition, disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes, $150, talked down from like a $350 asking price. and I'm going to probably resell that thing for $400 to $450. So there you go. Those are the things we found at garage sales yesterday. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I promise on the next one I'll try to take you with me to the garage sales. We used to do that on this channel, and I think we need to start doing it again. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler video. Take it easy. Goodbye.